This is Aisha's Creep, and as I have mentioned in my last video, I feel as sick as a dog 2 days away from death with rabies, but not what I'm going to talk about today. I'm mentioning that just so if I sound like crap, you're feeling why. So, today I want to talk about family stalking. Now, I know my family does that. Family, close friends, relatives, everyone's included. You know, I thought at first it was kind of normal. And maybe it is normal because normal is just a consensus, so a lot of people might have it happening to them. But it's not okay. Like, for instance, my family was really excited to hear that I made a video, or a YouTube channel. My first channel was called Aisha's Opinion. And I was really excited to start that, and I did like 5 or 6 videos over like 2 days, so I was like really excited to have someone, you know, a forum to talk to. Anyway, I told my granddad, I told my uncle, and told my best friend that I did that, right? And I said to my granddad, oh, I did this, and here's my channel, and he's like not very tech savvy, obviously. So I subscribed him to my channel and showed him what my name was and how to search for me. I was like, oh, that's really cool, I'll totally watch that later, thanks heaps, and then nothing, right? I put a couple more videos up and said, you didn't tell me that you did this and that, you know, it's like, you didn't tell me that you bought kittens, and it's like, heaven forbid I pay for something. So he started basically stalking me through my videos, and I thought, that's just not cool if I'm going to show you something. But the thing is, he didn't mention it. He didn't say, oh, by the way, I watched your videos, it's really cool. Did you buy kittens the other day? Yeah, I did. Thank you for being polite about it. But he didn't. It's like I wasn't going to tell him. I just hadn't told him. And so he was stalking me through my videos. And then my uncle also. Except I told him what my channel was. He's like, tell me your channel, tell me your channel, tell me. So I showed him. And I was already reluctant because of what happened with my granddad. So I'm like, no, I don't really want to. And then, anyway, I showed him. And he just said nothing. So he'd been watching them because I got a new subscriber, and obviously it was him. Because I had like 5 subscribers. Right? So obviously went from 5 to 6. I'm guessing it was him. In that, you know, period where I showed him my channel. You know, he subscribed. And I asked him, did you watch them? He went, yep. So you're watching all my videos, you're seeing all my intimate content, and then, you know, private content that I'm sharing, and you're not even saying anything. Like, I was talking about when I was getting attacked, when I was getting gang stalked, I nearly got kidnapped in town. I never told anyone about that. I just wanted to share it with you guys. Anyway, I showed him that, and he didn't even know that happened, yet neither of them said anything, right? So what is with that? What is with family having no respect for us? Now, I'm not talking about, like, the family unit. I'm, like, me and my mum, we're really close. And it's so annoying because people like my granddad and my uncle are always like, you guys shouldn't be close, you should be, like, you know, really far apart from each other. You know, you should be, like, 13, 14, your mum should start pushing you away. And it's like, yeah. You know, you can't talk because your kids didn't turn out too good. So, that's really annoying when people try and give my mum, you know, obviously, my mum parenting advice, but I'm kind of present, or behind the door listening in. So, people want to know things. Like when mum got sick, they're like, are you sick? Are you okay? And she's like, no, I'm basically dying. They're like, cool, now I know. Nothing. You know, obviously her first instance was a bit over 2 years ago, right? Well, it was on my birthday 2 years ago. So, sorry. If I laugh, my throat just completely cramps up. So, it was 2 years ago, and no one has said anything. She literally had a heart attack, flatlined. They had to paddle her. They said, the mum's dead, get the kid out of the room. Happy birthday to me. That's what we always say. Mum says, I had a crappy birthday. I'm like, you died. I win. Yeah, that's the crappiest birthday present ever. So, I always win the crappy birthday challenge. You know, like this, oh my gosh, this birthday of poor mum. She had a birthday like 3 or 4 days ago. And, I was just going to take her to lunch and hang out and play cards. Just, you know, just a chilled out day. And my granddad's like, oh, I'm going to make a roast and I made this really, really nice cooked dinner. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. Free lunch. Great. And it's not going to be like $150 to go and take her out. So that's cool. Obviously, it's not just about the money, but I'm just, you know, being sarcastic. So I said, that's awesome. We could have like a family time. And so we get out there, and he just had like a pre-packaged thing, like just fish and chips. It's like, we get that every weekend. It's not really special. And he said he'd have a cake and everything, and he had nothing. Like, you know what I mean? Like when someone's like hyping you up, and I'm like, I think Pop's got something ready for us out here. I'm really excited. On the way out, we're all excited. My mum's over there waving. She's actually less ill than I am, which is a first. So she's working. So anyway, Pop's like, oh, make like a really cool lunch for you guys, and you know, Mum can come out here and have a relaxed and special day. And I'm like, well, that is fantastic. Let's do that. And so I take her out there. She's kind of like, oh, I don't really want to go out to Pop's place because he just has this tendency of ruining everything. And at first I'm just like, it's just mental incompetence. Something went wrong, and you know, something went wrong when he was little. His mama gave him too much love, right? So I just thought, you know, give the old boy a chance. After this incident, I have just figured out that he is just obviously demonically possessed by something wrong when he was little. His mama gave him too much love, right? So I just thought, you know, give the old boy a chance. After this incident, I have just figured out that he is just obviously demonically possessed by something, because there's no way that you'd... So he gets out there, and there's absolutely nothing. Like, Mum has this really cool sense of smell where she can just smell anything. Don't try smoking around her, because you can wash your clothes, wash your dreads, wash your face, and she's like, you little bastard. So, you know, once. I tried it once, okay? It didn't work out very well. And, frankly, it was a horrible experience altogether. But, so, anyway, she can smell anything a mile away. She's like, I can't smell any potatoes cooking. I can't smell any roast, you know. And he was outside just tinkering around in his shed. Chicken needs feeding. Anyway, so he was just out tinkering around in his shed, doing absolutely nothing to do with her. And he just said, oh, there's some fish and chips on the table. And it's like, bag of chips with some fish bites. Thoughtful. Now, if he had said nothing, that would have been cool. But because he's hyped it up, it's such a gang stalking tactic. It's just covert narcissist. Like, oh, I bought you something. Yeah, but it doesn't count because you ruined it. And then, anyway, we're just like, okay, let's forget about it. He's old. He's incompetent. We love him to bits. Sorry, I'm cooking. So we'll forgive him for it. You know, like, it doesn't sound like anything when I say it, but when we got there, he just, like, didn't even act. He didn't even say, happy birthday to Mum. He didn't really act like it was anything. Just another, you know, we go out there every weekend. We try to. And he just acted like it was just our weekend visit. So, sorry. So, anyway, then, well, Pop was a farmer a couple of years ago. You know, 10 years ago or so, he sold his farm and bought like a old person's house. And so he has this cup from where he won something like the best pea crop in Tasmania, you know, for instance. And anyway, this cup sits next to his table. And he was saying something about, oh, when I go into the old person, like, you know, the actual, you know, cubicle-style old person home where there's like a bed and a cupboard, and that's your room. When I go into the old person's home, where am I going to put my cup? And we're like, I don't know. He's like, I'll give it to my brother. I'm like, next of kin, me. And so he's basically denying that, you know, and Mum said, well, have you had any next of kin? He had any kids that'd help? And he went, yeah, I think I'll have to give it to my brother, won't I? Are you kidding me? Your daughter is sitting right there, your granddaughter is sitting right there, and yet you're basically denying us. Denial. What did Jesus say? He said, you can do anything, but you can't deny me. Absolutely anything. But if you deny me, you can go to hell. So you know what? He can go to hell. because he denies us. Every time we go out there, he denies us. Mum has taken care of him for like 45 years. Right? She didn't have to. She stayed in Tasmania, which is the world's largest retirement village hole on the planet. I don't like it here. I'm not being snobby. I just don't like it. It's cold. It's the 1st of December, and it's going to be a frost tonight. December should be the first day of summer. It's 5 degrees today. I'm wearing jumpers around. I want to be wearing belly tops, you know? Anyway, so he denied her, and she stayed in Tasmania to take care of him, where she could have gone over to Perth. All her family, like, you know, a lot of her family is over there in Perth. I would love to have grown up in Perth. But no, she came down here because he decided to come down here and do his farming and that. So she came down here with him, and she helped him, and she took care of him. She cleaned his house, she cooked for him every single day. And when he got too old and inflexible, she'd cut his toenails and, you know, his nails, and, you know, cut his hair and wash his clothes and cook his food and clean his house. And she was like the missus of the house. She was like the housewife, right? Yet if you say to him, like when Mum was cleaning your house, she's never cleaned my house before. Denial. And I feel sorry for her because she loves him so much because it's her daddy, you know, it's her dad. You know, so it's like, what do you do with people who deny you? 100% deny what you've done for them in your life. Like, me and Mum, of course, we have, you know, a tiff every now and again, but we never deny each other, you know. And it sounds so dumb when someone denies you, like, it's like Mum saying to me, but I gave birth to you, and it's like, no, you didn't. Of course she did, it's obvious, everyone knows that she did. And when Pop tries to say that, oh, she never cut my hair, I remember her cutting your hair 2 years ago, when she stopped because you just started, you know, abusing her about it, that she didn't do it right, and he looked like a crackhead. And so he had to started going to the barbers, and so I just started cutting it for him, right? So he just kept denying her and started just making it more severe, you know, and just, I hate this word, but belittling. Severely belittling, and just treating her like trash. And I love people, like, I love my family. I'm a very loyal, very faithful person, but he can shove it, because he denies my mum, he denies me, he talks to us behind our backs about horrible things, right? Now, how did this go from family stalking? I don't know, but it's just a part of it, right? You know, your family denies you, they follow you, they stalk you. It's just another way for him. So now I've had to start up a new channel so that I can not get stalked, and I'm just obviously has to change my name and stuff to Aisha's Crete. Well, as that is for an introduction. Now, check out the next video I'm going to put on, because it's my kittens, and they are so darn cute. Like, share, subscribe. Please leave a comment for what you would like for my next video, or I'll just make up something random.